Okay, so the first stream I think I'll say is one I had, I think, either yesterday or a couple days ago. I don't recall anymore. So it was kind of like a high school dream, I think. I don't know why I keep having dreams about high school where, like, I either just graduated or I'm about to graduate. It's like the last couple days of senior year. I don't think I ever really have dreams where I'm like in class having to learn stuff or take tests. I think I used to have those dreams like a couple years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. They were more frequent where I had like a test that I forgot to study for and stuff, or a project that I completely forgot or was unaware of, and I just couldn't hand it in because I didn't work on it at all. But recently, like this past year or so, it's just been like dreams of the end of the school year, senior year. So in this case, I am walking. School's like over here or something. What the heck? It swapped my colors out. So here's the school building, then the street goes down. Back. Goes down like this way. Sidewalk. And then it goes down this way. So this way would be like uptown. And then this way is downtown. What the heck? Why is it so laggy? And I'm heading toward this train station. So I'll just do like the staircase here. This is down toward the train station below. And then once I'm in the train station, I guess I should write over here. High school. What the heck? It ate my L. So I'm leaving high school and going home. And then once I'm in the train station, I enter the... I go past the part where you gotta pay the Metro card thingy. And I remember specifically also that it's like the high school train station, because it splits up into two different sides here. This side takes you uptown, and this side takes you downtown. So there's two different tracks here. And so as I'm heading down this way to get to the platform, I'm gonna drop me over here. My kitty ears, my kitty tail. I noticed that there's two other dudes who come in behind me. And I'm not here by myself, there's like a bunch of other people. Some other ones are students and some other ones are adults. So as we're heading down this way to go down to the platform, these two dudes over here, they start... I don't know if I see them or hear them, but somehow I noticed that they're telling people to hand over their money and stuff. And as I'm heading down this hallway here, they or as I start heading down here and they're accosting everybody else, I take the money from my pockets. They're in my pants, I take the money. That's pretty stupid. I take the money from my pockets and I try to put it into my pants, like to my undies, because they would never check there, right? So yeah, they're super spooky dudes. I think you can imagine what kind of people they were. So I put the money in my panties and stuff. But I think they noticed me. Because by the time we get to the second set of stairs... I'm not really drawing this properly the way it is, but it doesn't really matter. By the time I get to the stairs over here, I think they know that I have the money in my... It's not in my pockets because I think they noticed me putting it into my panties. I'm not really sure. Into my undies. And so I guess I wasn't as sly and quick as I thought I was. But once we're basically at the platform level, at the same height that the train arrives, I think either they're gonna start beating me up, or somehow they're gonna start being violent toward me, either just with fists, or maybe they have a knife or a gun. I'm not really sure. I don't recall at this point anymore. And I think I either have all of my weapons on me, or I think I do. My weapons, of course, being a legally owned pew pew, as well as my OC spray and my knife, which I don't think I remember when I first entered the train station. I don't think I remember whether or not I had these on me, but at this point, while we're on the train station, I think I do recall having access to all of them on my person. And I'm not sure if it was kind of like, for some reason, if it was like a game where I tried out all of the 3 different options, but then I restarted back at this spot when we're at the platform level. Because I don't recall ever using the pew pew or the knife, but I do recall using the OC spray. Yeah, legal pew pews. So it's kind of like he's like reaching for my pants or something, where I put the monies, and I'm like trying to like cover myself up so that he can't reach it. But then I end up pulling my OC spray, I think, from my right pocket, and I sort of like turn around. So like from his perspective, I would be facing away, and I would be putting my shoulder against his arm reaching this way. And with my right hand, I pulled out my OC spray and I just sort of like quickly turned to spray backward. And I think that's basically all I can remember about this stream. I may have gotten into the train afterwards, I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's a dream I had like 2 days ago, I think. I don't know why. It may have been because I've been watching all of those news thingies about crime in New York, so maybe those videos just brought me back and flared up my PTSD of being attacked or accosted by people in the streets. I don't think I ever had an issue though in the once I was actually in the subway station. So I think that this situation that I dreamed was just sort of like a simulation, I guess, playing out as a dream. That's like the best way I can think to word it. But yeah, that's one of the dreams I had recently. A couple of days ago, I posted a video of that one dude who tried to go into that woman's apartment, which I mentioned kind of sparked up a PTSD a bit in me. It's this one over here. I posted it on the 19th if you want to go look at it. Those kinds of dreams are stressful. People attacked you IRL in the city. Yes, they did. They did attack me IRL in the city. Never like this in the subway. Like I said, I don't think I've ever been like actually physically attacked by 2 or more people. And definitely not in the subway system. But yeah, that's why I worded it as a simulation kind of thingy, because just my brain sort of playing out how a situation might occur. And I don't know why I'm not in New York City anymore. But I don't know, my brain just has those memories still. Still trying to make sure that I remember to remain alert of my surroundings and be aware of any possible attackers. I mean, I think it's par for the course. It's part of what makes me stronger today. Because I think if I were sheltered enough where I wouldn't have to deal with mugging and violence in New York, then I would be a totally different person and a much weaker person overall. Okay, yeah, so this next one isn't a dream. It actually happened. But luckily I didn't get attacked. So here's the sidewalk. And here's the apartment building I used to live in. So I think, if I recall correctly, that this was... I was coming home from a Saturday program for advanced placement students. And I was coming home this way. Cat girl is strong, gamer girl. Yes, very true. See, that's why I gotta work out. Because somewhere out there, there's some mentally ill, deranged person who's training to shoot up and kill a bunch of people. So I have to do that as well, so that I can survive and or retaliate if the need arises. You know, it's gotta be... Your safety is your own responsibility, as we've seen in the last couple of months in Texas and Indiana. I have a lot of things that I think about regarding the way people react to violence, and I guess in some respects I'm like, that's a weird way of saying it, but I'm privileged enough to have lived and grown up in New York, where it's bound to happen to you at some point. That I'm confident in my ability to respond appropriately, I guess, and maintaining at least somewhat reasonable composure during spooky and violent situations. And I think most people probably are way too comfortable and safe that they just wouldn't be able. They'd either like freeze up like a deer in headlights, or they would literally just be a blank mind and their body would be acting without any input from their brain. Which is honestly kind of unfortunate. But I don't know, I don't have any stats to back any of that up. I'm just going based off what I've seen and what I continue to see about people, both in real life and online. But obviously, whatever people say online is probably very different to how they would react in real life. A lot of people are just keyboard warriors. And I feel like a lot of people who say things online about how they would behave differently is not very representative of how they would actually behave. Kind of like, you know, those people who say that if they lived in Nazi Germany in the 1930s, 1940s, that they would have totally stood up to the fascists and stuff. But then if you see the way they behave today, they're like, get the vax, wear the mask, or otherwise stay home and lose your job. You know, they like fascism and tyranny when it's suitable for them. It's amazing that they can't see the irony or they lack the self-awareness to look at themselves and at history and look at the mirror. He's gonna be strong enough to kick their ass like Hank Hill. When in doubt, be like Hank Hill. Yes. That's why I always carry weapons with me. My fists and my knees. Everywhere I go. If there's ever a second civil war in America, it will be fought over keyboards. I mean, depending on who you ask, we're already in a second world war. Or some people are really, really hoping for a second world war. Just playing it safe. Don't want to expect YouTube or Twitch. You can say ass, it's no biggie. Just don't say the gamer words and you should be good. So I'm coming home from school and stuff. Me is the cat girl, so I have kitty ears and kitty tail. We'll stick to Hank Hill vocabulary. Okay, that works for me. Easy peasy. So I am going home. And what the heck was that? And so the way that this front door works at the apartment is that there are two doors. There's like a bit of a staircase up here. And then there's the first entry door. And then inside there's a small area here with the second door. And here's the mail, like built into the walls, the mailboxes and stuff. I've had also multiple dreams about this area here, the multiple doors, and people trying to sneak in. Which I guess I can remember a couple of them, probably. So I'm coming home. And as I'm approaching the front, I can probably move this up. As I'm approaching the front door, I noticed that there's these 3 kids behind me. Okay, 3 kids behind me. And so I go in because I have the keys. So I enter the first door, and I assume that they live here, that they're friends of somebody here. And so I hold the door open for them. Then I also open the second door. Wait, hang on a second. No. That's not true. I think it was in a dream. I haven't lived in this apartment for quite a while, so there's actually no second door here. I think it was in a dream that there was a second door there. That makes sense. That's actually... So in real life, there's just one door, the front door. Yeah, so I go in and I hold the door open for them. And then they come in too. So we're inside. And then in this apartment, it's pretty fucking ridiculous. Because it is 9 stories high. There are 9 floors. And we lived on the 9th floor. So there are 9 sets of stairs to get through. So you go up this way, up one set of stairs, then you loop back around and go up the next set of stairs, and so on and so forth. And we lived on the 9th floor, and there was no elevator. And I think there still is no elevator in this building. I'm not sure, I'm just assuming because it would probably be a super huge and expensive project to do that. And so I'm climbing up all the stairs, and they are following me. And at this point, I realize, hang on a second, they don't live here. They're just going wherever the heck I go. And I can tell that they're speeding up, so I'm also speeding up and trying to get up to where I belong. It's a lot of stairs, get you never had to skip like day. I wish I still had these many stairs, because then, yeah, I wouldn't have to worry about having to do like day as much. But I don't live in New York City anymore, so there's probably no tall buildings here anywhere near close by. I think it's either it was either the 8th floor or maybe the 7th floor. I think I told this story on Discord, or I typed it out. So the way that the apartments are is, I guess from the top-down perspective here. The staircases are this way. These staircases lead upward, and then this is just the hallway here to go around to the next staircase. And there are 2 apartments on each floor. And there are 2 doorways to each apartment. One on this side of the staircase and one on this side of the staircase at the top and at the bottom. I think it was on this, I guess from the staircase's perspective, the left apartment on either the 7th floor or the 8th floor, where there were dudes doing repairs and renovations and some kind of construction. And luckily, these dudes, who I'm sure you can assume what they look like, they heard all of that construction going on, and at that point, that's when they backed off. I think they just ran as soon as they heard other people. So luckily, I did not get fucked up that day, because if it weren't for those dudes over here doing construction, I would probably have gotten beat the shit out of. And I didn't have anything for self-defense, because New York City, you don't need to defend yourself, just call the police, you know? So yeah, that's a thingy that actually happened. That's just like one of the thingies that causes me to always remain alert. But yeah, I am both glad and lucky that these guys just fucked off. There were kids too, like me. I think I was like maybe... It would have been like maybe 6th or 7th grade that I was in. I'm not sure what age those would have been. Maybe like 10 years old or something. Something like that. And the police might respond in NYC. Yeah, they might. They might not. You just gotta tell them the way that the people look. You gotta tell them that they have a gun and they're pointing it at people. That's the way to guarantee that they're gonna respond. But yeah, that was a pretty close call. Speaking of this entranceway over here, there was a dream in that apartment building with that entrance. So here's the sidewalk, and here's again the little staircase leading up to the front door. And here is the... I guess it's called like a vestibule or something, where the mailboxes are. I think I've had like either 2 or 3 different dreams of this sort of scenario where... Oh, and I guess I should mention that this one was during the daytime. Would have been maybe like 3 p.m. or something. So there was definitely sunlight and we can see everything, see everybody. This one, however, this was a dream. That was at night time. So there's the... street lights, street lamps. Pew, 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 pew. And there have been multiple dreams like this, I think, like I've said. It was definitely at least 2 dreams, maybe 3. Those ears are fucking massive. I remember one very specifically where I'm like basically struggling to get my keys out and unlock the door as quickly as possible. And then I think in one situation in the dream, I managed to get inside, but then I tried to slam the door closed, but the dude behind me was fast enough to stop me from close. What the heck? It's fast enough to stop me from closing the door, and we had to like basically sort of tug a war between the door. But I'm not particularly big or muscular or strong, so I think in basically every situation and anytime somebody's trying to keep the, I guess, forcefully get through the door, I would basically always lose. And in this dream, that seemed to be the case. That feel when the dream is at night, but you wake up and it's morning and you feel safe and relieved with your kitty. I only sometimes feel relieved. Sometimes it's like the anxiety is still there and I can still feel it. I think it used to happen way more back when I still lived in New York. I don't think I've woken up with anxiety too much now that I'm here. Joe Biden, wake up. Oh hey, at Kirkland signature. When did you get in here? I should make that an emote. The Joe Biden thing. Hang on, I think I can do that real quick, actually. Because I did make the emote for Discord, but it's not an animated one. 911. Give me your emotes for free, you whore. I literally can't. Don't you have Amazon Prime? You could just use that to subscribe for free, basically. If you're already paying for Amazon Prime, you can basically just subscribe every month for free as part of your Amazon Prime package. Is it here? What the heck? This thing is huge! It works. Joe, but yeah, it is huge. Look at it. Compared to everything. Why is it so massive? Joe Biden. There's also the turtle. I think it should also work on YouTube now. Do you get recurring characters, places, and situations in dreams too? I used to have dreams that I was just walking around the city in places that I was very familiar with. And I would have those sorts of dreams constantly. Like the neighborhood where I woke up, the neighborhood where I lived, as well as the areas near my schools where I went to, and some streets where my friends lived. I've had definitely recurring dreams in those places. But typically in those situations I was always by myself, and I was just like walking around. Which is basically my primary mode of transportation as a New Yorker. It's if you do without the colons, it should work. No, not egg. Oh, I guess this one was just like a generic dream kind of thingy where multiple times I've been either super close to closing the door behind me but unable to, or I was just barely in time able to close the door and be safe. So I'm pretty sure that this is a holdover from my real life experiences of just people trying to get into your house and your apartment and your building. Which I don't think really happened all that much to me in real life. It's only happened really, I think, that one time as a kid. But since then, I've just been cognizant of the fact that somebody might do that. And I guess it just stuck with me. So that's why I've had dreams like this multiple times. I'm in here. Okay, this next dream, I think I had it like either 1 or 2 years ago. I don't think I wrote it down in my journal either, so I'm not really sure if I have an accurate date for it. But I may have written it down in my journal. Maybe I'll go see at some point later. So this stream is at a house that I lived in cognizant this cock in your butt. No. So this is the backyard. And then this is like it's got a little bit of a staircase over here leading up towards the doorway. And then this room over here is the kitchens. The kitchens is. Then there's a hallway down this way. It's probably not that long. Not that long, huh? And then there's the living room over here. And then there's one last room back here. This is like way thinner here, the walls. So, the stream is in daytime. And there's a dude in the backyard. I think you know. You have some kind of idea of what he looks like. And I don't recall if I was inside and then I came out to tell him to leave, or if I was outside already when the dream started. But at some point, hang on, I gotta get myself my kitty ears over here. At some point, he notices me and he starts coming toward me. So I'm spooked, so I get inside, close the door and everything. After I already told him to go away. But he wasn't interested in going away. So he starts coming closer. He comes up the stairs. He comes to the door. I don't know if he if I forgot to lock it or if he broke his way through the door, because he did manage to get in. But I think that as I see him approaching, for some reason in the dream, I have a gun. And I tell him that I don't want to have to shoot him, but I will if he doesn't leave and if he keeps fucking with me. So once he does break in, I continue to back up. He's in the kitchens here, and I keep backing up toward the living room, and he keeps following. And I'm pretty sure he's just like not responding at all, and he's like fucking huge compared to me. I'm just a tiny cat girl, but he's massive. So I get to this final room here. This is basically the front of the house up here. Basically the street. It's right up front. So by the point I'm over here, I don't know if he enters the room or if he's still in the living room, but I do fire multiple times. But I think that it didn't help regardless, because I think he like basically just ate all the bullets and he just kept moving like nothing. And I think I just woke up before he actually reached me. And I don't know why I had this dream. I don't think I've experienced anybody being in the backyard when they shouldn't have been there. And I don't think that around the time that I had this stream that I had any experiences with actual people being breaking and entering or I guess aggressively walking toward me, being threatening and stuff. So I'm not sure why I had this stream, but I did. And for some reason I just thought about this again in like the past couple of weeks, I think. Past month maybe. And so yeah, this stream stuck with me. Somehow, for some reason. Oh, and then this next one. This is the recurring dream stuff that I've had. So the first time I had this this encounter in a dream, it's like maybe 2 months ago, I think. I was in a house